The S&P 500 in just the past month is up 15%. And if you guys have been following me and the channel for a while, you know that we were calling that area as a bottom because that is where the monthly market bias is placed. And the last time that we have actually trended below this bias, not, for a couple of weeks, but significantly, was not COVID, not 2019, not 2022, but all the way back in the '08 financial crisis. So in order for this level to be broken and traded under for a substantial period of time, it normally requires a massive recession and or a black swan event. I want you to understand that while price was trading at a massive discount, it's very rare that price just taps that support level and fully pushes up to all-time highs. This case is a little bit different because what we're dealing with is tariffs, which is something that is self-induced, meaning that it's not necessarily GDP that's fading. It's not necessarily the job market that looks terrible. These are regulations that could be added or subtracted or paused or whatever it is at any moment, which means that if there was another 90-day pause, the market could rip drastically. If retaliatory tariffs continue to happen or they get, inflated to 500% to China, 600% to China, the market could sell off at the drop of a hat. And that's why I like to tell my students that, even though we have done very, very well over the past couple of years, I have no idea where the market is going to go. And anybody who tells you that they do is a liar. And instead, what we need to do is control the variables that we actually can control. We can't control tariffs. We can't control any of these other things. We can't control Jerome Powell and the Fed, but we can control our exposure. We can control our risk, and we can do this through proper position sizing. And just for clarity, this is why having a system is so important. And if you want to learn my system completely for free, no catch, no credit card, no BS, go ahead and check out our full course library. Everything is in sequential order of exactly step-by-step everything I've learned in the past 11 years. And sticking to a strategy and having a strategy is of the utmost importance. If we just look at April, we are actually up $117,000 this month. But if we would have deviated from the system on week 4, we would have had a very, very bad month. Thursday, the 3rd of April was the worst trading day of my career. But because we stuck to the system and we're not worried about making money today, tomorrow, or the next day, but instead over years and years, we were able to fully come back, and now we're actually green. We became very aggressive to the upside when price was pulled back into that monthly market bias. And now as price is bouncing, I still have exposure to the upside. I still have all of my long trading bots running, but what we're doing is focusing on removing risk by lowering position sizes and not having as many chips on the table. And the reason that we do this is if the market just fully recovers to all-time highs, we will still make a lot of money. We'll still have some exposure to the upside. Things will be good. We're not taking everything off the table and walking away. But if this is a trap, which we're going to go in this, I think it's about a 65% chance this is a trap, and we sell off one more time, we're not going to get slaughtered. And that is of the utmost importance. Now, even though we bounced off of that monthly bias, why do I think this could become a trap? Well, let's take a look at it from a technical level using everything that we teach within the courses. We're going to start by zooming out to a monthly time frame. Now, many of you might be like, dude, a monthly time frame, this makes no sense to me. Why are you focusing on such a big time frame? And this is because monthly and weekly is what institutions look at. They're not watching the 1-hour chart and the 5-minute and trying to scalp all this stuff. Not at all. They're looking to buy in major discount ranges, and they're not worried about what's happening today or tomorrow. Now, the only indicator that we are going to use here is the BX trender at the bottom of your screen. This is a hybrid of a MACD and an RSI, and what it shows is buying and selling pressure. And so what we want is to see a green BX trender, much like we saw for basically the past 18 months. This is a market environment that we want to be trading long in. You can see that prior to that was basically COVID from 2020 of July up until 2022. This is the type of market environment that we can make a lot of money in. Now, the other market environment will happen when the BX trender is red on the monthly, and this is what we call zone 3. And these are areas where we normally do not want to be aggressive to the upside because there's just not enough macro buying pressure stepping into the market to push the stock up. Now, from this point, we can move into a smaller time frame such as the weekly. If we go back and look at this zone 3, which means that this time the monthly BX was red, you could see that it would not have been a good time to go long, obviously, but instead we could have made some money going short. Each and every single time that price pushed up into this resistance level, we could have used this BX trender when it turned red as an entry to go short or to buy puts. Now, I want to be honest with you. It's very rare that I grab put options. Normally, there's always something that is trending up. So even if the SP 500 has a red monthly bias, or maybe big tech has a red monthly bias, there will always be a sector out there that is currently showing the conditions that we want to trade. And when I build out my weekly watch list, I actually throw out all of these flags. So for instance, Roblox is currently something that we would want to trade. Even though the market looks like crap, Roblox looks good. MSTR is meeting those requirements. McDonald's is meeting those requirements, and so on. And so for me, I don't like to go short. I would rather just move on to a different stock, or in this case, a different sector or ETF. Now let's zoom into where we currently are at this point. Price sold off drastically. The monthly market bias is still red. But the reason that we turned the bots on and we were going long, even though that bias was red, even though the zone on the BX was red, was because price was within that monthly market bias, as we said before. I will, a lot of the times, especially if it's the S&P 500, I will take away caring about zone 3 or caring about a red BX on the monthly if we're trading at that deep of a discount, because it's very rare that we hold there for long. Now, with that said, what worries me is that this is a trap, because even though the weekly is making higher lows on the BX, it's still red. And if we move into the daily chart, you can see that price action is still making lower highs. And so if there was going to be an area that we would reject at, it's going to be between $550 to $560. If you've taken our courses, you will know in the Smart Money Mastery course how to draw the smart money zones that we're going to show here. Essentially, a smart money zone is a Fibonacci level where normally institutions decide to go long, or in this case, short, in order to keep market structure congruent. And in this case, short-term market structure is down. And the way we find these levels is by taking the Fibonacci from most recent high, which is $576, down to most recent low at $489. This area here, which is the 0.618 to 0.786, that's explained in the free course, is going to be called the institutional sell level. This is normally going to be where institutions begin to either short the market or remove some of their long exposure when they are buying a dip. So all of those institutions who are buying the S&P 500 down at 480 and are up 13, 14% in 20 days, they will normally start to remove some exposure and lock some sort of profits in. Now, at this point, we're still showing strength. The daily BX is still green. And I think that there's about a 40% chance that price could continue to rally to all-time highs. And so the way that I've been focusing on this is that I still have exposure to the market, mainly to the upside. But what I've been doing now that we've made a good amount of our capital back and now some great profits is that I'm removing the sheer amount of position size that I'm using. So basically, instead of, let's say every trade I take is $50,000 in shares, I'll now move it down to 40,000 or maybe 35,000, so that if price does break out to all-time highs, we have exposure, we'll make money. Things are great. We're not going to look back and say, I should have held. But if this is a trap, we're not going to get stuck with our pants down. Because if this is a trap, I think there's a very good chance price will come back minimally to $520. Worst case, back down to $500. And so your goal as an investor or a trader is not to time things to perfection. It's not to know where the market is headed next. It's to position yourself in a responsible manner and to use a strategy that has been proven to win over the long term. I hope this video helped, guys. Thanks for all support. I'll see you tomorrow.